You guys see the Supreme Court is allowing people to sue the cops for false charges?
Sheesh.
How?
What do you mean how? Motherfuckers like get pulled over and get drugs planted on them.
Okay, for shit like that. Okay.
I seen videos of like
Countless.
cops like causing accidents and they pull someone over to like blame it on, and there's like videos on it.
Just to reach like a quota. You think that's how it works?
I don't think for that specific reason, but there's definitely a quota because those motherfuckers be active towards the end of the month.
There'd be a quota. There'd be a quota, but at the end of the day, bro, those people are just like me and you.
Yeah,
they just have a uniform and a badge.
They got
have a job.
Like how many people like have you ever worked with and you're like, oh, that guy's a piece of shit, you know, like, or like not even work with, but just people that you know, and you're like, oh, that guy's not really a good person. Yeah. Now you just put that guy in the right uniform with the right badge, give him a gun, a taser, and 6 months of training, and out you go. You know, go get him, Tiger.
Anyone can be a cop.
There's people like that, like in the world. You know, just like there's good people, there's bad people and shit, and like there's cops who just I don't know. There's just
so now you're allowed to press charges,
right? Yeah. If they do something like to incriminate you falsely,
so you weren't able to before, or people are starting to just like
people get false charges all the time, bro. Yeah. Like.
No, but are they?
I saw you jaywalk. I didn't jaywalk. I saw you do it. Like people do, bro. All this like shit. Like, oh, you refuse arrest, but you're really just trying to fucking wrestle me to the ground and
for no reason.
For no reason. That's something. That's a false charge.
Yeah.
You refused arrest.
Yeah, and a lot of people.
So people weren't doing that before.
You couldn't because whatever the cop said was what
went down.
Yeah, bro. The cops kill people and then they get off of it, or like they're like, oh, you're not guilty.
It's the law.
Not guilty. You know what I mean? We've seen it countless times. You know what I mean? And then guess what happens to like the family? Like, oh well, sorry. You know,
sweep them under the rug. Like
sweep them under the rug next. You know. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and I always tell you guys, I hate generalizing, but like that's why I said like there's good people and there's bad people like all over the place. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it
good
can be
cops,
a cop.
Bad cops.
Mm-hmm. I've had some pretty chill cops, and I've came across some pretty bad cops too.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
Cops make me nervous.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you think about it, like cops aren't supposed to. They're there for like to protect you. They're here to keep order. Like, how come when you see a cop, you get like nervous? You know what I'm saying? Like, or like, oh shit, like.
Yeah, you're like, oh,
honestly, I could be sober as fuck.
And me too. I can have nothing. Like,
if a
drugs
cop pulls
in the car,
me over,
I'm just like, oh, fuck.
I'm gonna be shaking and I'm gonna hand him over my shit, and he's gonna think there's something wrong with me. What's wrong? Oh, nothing, sir. It's just you.
I think Laz was with me the last time I got pulled over.
Yeah, that shit was sketch.
And I had like my backpack like in between my lab.
This motherfucker obviously doesn't pay attention to the news because the cop said, put your hands on the fucking wheel and don't move. This motherfucker was hiding the bong, spraying everything. I'm like, bro, you're going to get us all shot right now. Yeah. Like everything was already hidden, but he wanted to hit it better. Hide it better. And I was like, bro, like he's already going to the car to give you a ticket. Like,
yeah.
And then the guy came back and he didn't do shit, but I was like, stop moving, bro. You're going to get us all killed.
Nah. And he's like, why you got your back in between your legs? And I'm like, bro. And like, I was just showing lots of music and shit on my laptop. So I was like, bro, I was just showing him some music right now. And he's like, all right. And he was cool about it.
Call Laz over there in the passenger seat with his hands up the whole time.
But that could have gone like drastically different.
No, I've just had really bad like cop like experiences. So I'm like always like, do what he says. About it. Do what he says.
I remember growing up, because growing up, my parents didn't have licenses, right? So we would be in the car, and then when there would be a cop, they'd be like, oh, don't move, there's a cop behind us. And we'd be like, oh, shit.